Well, hello, darlings. How are you today? Hope you're doing fabulous. If not, you'll be fabulous by the time we leave up out of here. But nevertheless, I am Demetra K, and I am sitting here with Donovan, a recovering Democrat Sadiq, also known as the Black Yul Brenner. We did not do our podcast earlier because Donovan has some stuff to do. And, I was kind of recuperating myself. But nevertheless, we are here live with you. So, the purpose of the Demetra K Show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us better people with the emphasis on even. I should have said that because we are great people, but we can always strive to do better. Today, we're going to be talking about President Joe Biden cussing out his staff over his low polling numbers. And I guess they're trying to keep him from going out into the public, and he wants to get on out there. And they're like, oh, I don't think that's a good idea. So it sounds like this happened in January that the cussing out took place. Nevertheless, we're going to get into all the details and, the other reasons why he did so. Like I said, Big Giant, thank you. Hello, and welcome to YouTube, X, and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. And not only are you the other side of the conversation, you are family. And sometimes we do share the link so that you can come up here and speak your mind. All I ask is that if you've been up here before and you've said the same thing, please don't come up here unless it absolutely is necessary. Also, if I've not seen your face on here before and you have a picture in lieu of you, please show me your face before I bring you up so I can make sure that there is no shenanigans involved, please. And thank you. Let's see who came on here before I give it to Donovan. Oh, boy, we got Don't Need No Man. Stop telling me I do. How you doing? Brother Thunder, what's going on with you? Mike Nice, I hope you're having a great day. Negroes, what's going on? Kira, I hope you're having a great day. By the time 103, long time no see. How you doing? Patricia, Jersey City in the house. How you doing? And Brother Don, thank you so much for being a wonderful moderator, one of the longest standing moderators we got here. Love you so much. Stormy Weather, how you doing? Troy, what's going on with you? Sister Shirley, hope you're doing well. JB1, hope you are doing fabulous. All right, so Donovan, how are you?
I am doing very, very well. Those implants, let me tell you guys, if you guys are thinking about getting implants, do it while you're young. A lot of people don't tell you. You think you can wait till you're older. No, because you're losing bone as you get older. So if you need implants and you're fairly young right now, go get them. Do what you got to do. I want to eat steak until I'm dead. Okay, if it comes down to that, whatever. But I'm going to tell you, I had 7 implants in the back, all done in one day. And the reason I did that is because I'm traumatized to go to the dentist as it is, right? I mean, I go, but I get traumatized, right? Because they pulled my teeth out without enough Novocaine in the military, right? So I'm traumatized. Got it all done, whatever the deal is, whatever. So the hardest part about the implants is the initial drilling and doing everything that they're going to do to you. So I said, I want to be in here one time. So I got it done, whatever. But hey, you guys, welcome to the show. Again, a lot of stuff that I have to do. Demetra has to do. We're getting older. You got to make those medical appointments. Ain't no show worth my health, okay? And Demetra needed a few more hours to rest her voice. But do us a favor. You guys know the routine. There is a banner scrolling at the bottom. 100% of your donation goes to that content creator if you donate that way. Also, do not forget to download and become a member of the African Diaspora News Channel app. And you can also do it on YouTube and become a member, like, subscribe, whatever you're going to do to it. Haiti, what's going on in Haiti? It is a breakdown, complete breakdown right there now. They are trying to get Black people, American citizens, out of Haiti. Very hard to get flights into Haiti or into the Dominican Republic. So they've kind of limited their flights. Also, I want to bring up, Demetra will tell you this, as somebody who is an aircraft mechanic and have an aeronautical background, do you see the corporate greed in regards to passenger flying? If you go to my Facebook page, I've been putting up how they're using dishwashing liquid soap, which is a mechanical thing to use, but they're using as lubricants on the doors and stuff like that. These are the brand new airplanes. Okay. Whenever I go to the airport and I fly, and Demetra always asks me, why do you sit at the back of the plane? Why do I sit at the back of the plane? Because there is a very small and slim chance in case of an accident, you can survive by sitting in the back. But everybody wants to sit in the front. But guess what? A plane always goes nose first like a dart. So anyway, But all this information I'm just giving you guys, a lot of it is from the African Diaspora News Channel. These are some of the articles and some of the things that they cover. It's not just, it's not just always a Black thing, but it has to do with all kinds of different types of articles. So go down there, download, become a member, and, figure out what's going on in the diaspora around the world. Because what happens out there affects us, and we affect them. Let's get into it.
Woo, Lord, peaceful full moon. How you doing? Says, why you ain't got no fan? I do. It's just a little loud. So I need to actually figure out what I need to do to make it unloud. I might just need to get another one, but it was a high flash, and I rarely have them. And it's like, great, I'm having a high flash. So thank God Donovan is talking. And Brother Sam, you crazy. Talk about greetings, D&D. Glad you clarified, Donovan, of what type of implants you were talking about. And Thunder says, DK, did you see the Daily Mail article about letting illegal immigrants to carry firearms in Illinois? I heard about it, but I didn't see that article, but I did hear about it. Crazy, right? Cedric, how you doing? Said, I always sit at the back of the plane. I sit where they seat me, and I'm on Spirit. So y'all be talking about Spirit, but guess what? I bet you Spirit ain't using no Dawn dishwashing liquid to lubricate their doors.
Yes, they are. The mechanic, because everything's done by a third party.
Lord,
they don't want to pay the American mechanic $35, $50. They rather go to Mexico and these third-party maintenance people and pay it. And this is where you're having the problems. So again, a lot of our parents that have that expertise of being great mechanics, they're retiring at a large rate. So if you've got sons and daughters that want to get into aviation, they are hiring mechanics at a very high clip right now.
Yes, indeed. So the back of the plane behind the wing, that's the optimal place to sit. Kara says, laugh out loud. I wonder about the implants too. Oh yeah, he talking about his teeth. Buckhorse, how you doing? Mike Lewis, what's going on? She said, Dimitri should have been reporting to us from the freezer. I know I'm good now, but yeah, that was weird, right? And then Dwayne, how you doing? It says, Dimitri, the media are starting to talk like us about reparations. I heard them say he doesn't have a chance unless he delivers reparation before November 2024. They're listening to FBA, B1 brigaders now. Yes, indeed. Stormy weather says, don't let me start. Hell, America has always stole from the state. That state, I call it a state because it should be state just to pay back what they stole. Can I borrow a feeling? How you doing? He says, when the airplanes have issues, they blame Black people. Go figure. Oh my God. And Kara says, I will never fly Spirit unless it's within the U.S. I fly. That is my airline. I got frequent flyer points with Spirit, and I got a credit card with Spirit too. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so back in January, okay, it is said that during a staff meeting, President Joe Biden learned that his poll numbers were low. It says they were a 38% approval rating with a 56% disapproval rating, which is, 38% is pretty low, right? Especially if you're the incumbent and you're trying to keep your seat, right? And the election is coming up. That's pretty low. So again, this was reported in January that this happened, but it's coming out now. So he was mad, and it sounds like he cussed out his staff over his low polling numbers because he's like, with all the economic success that I've gotten for this country, why are, my numbers low? Basically, why aren't they happy? They being the American people, right? And I forget the name of the poll that actually this was done under. But he's like, people should know what I've done. And he says, basically in regards to prescription drugs being cheaper. He also said the economy recovering, inflation, I guess, is going down. Is the infrastructure bill and all these other things, right? He's talking about that. Then he's also mad because they are keeping him out of public for obvious reasons, right? Because sometimes he trips and he makes gaffes. Now, even before Biden got older, I want to say, they called him like the king of gaffes because he would just say stuff and people were like, huh? Just kind of flip it. And so now that he's older and we've seen him on different stages, and he's kind of said weird things like misnaming presidents from Egypt and Mexico and, just weird stuff, right? Just saying weird stuff. And so sounds like his staff is like, well, we don't really want him out there much, which is probably why you see Kamala out there more, because she seems to be a little bit more coherent than him. So he's super frustrated. They also said that his numbers are low. Well, for one, because it was going on at the Gaza Strip, right? The war between, and it's not even a war at this point, right? They're saying between Hamas and Israel, but you guys know that. And so in Michigan and Georgia, especially Michigan, there's a large Muslim community. And it sounds like during the primaries, over 100,000 of them voted uncommitted. And they said that they are purposely not voting for Biden due to what's going on in the Middle East. Sounds like it may be the same situation in Georgia. And that's what they said, right? But as I got to thinking about it, I'm like, so they don't want to mention Black people. Hello, it's Black people. We've been asking for reparations, right? Been asking since our ancestors got off the plantation. So you're going to negate that might be a reason why your polling numbers are low, because we know that even since 2020, there's less Black people, or let's say Black voters, that are enthusiastic about Joe Biden and Kamala and a job that he's doing. They're also discounting the immigrant situation, right? There's immigrants, when Biden came into office, just the fact he had the open border policy where everybody could come in and they get the resources. I heard they're getting phones and just all kind of stuff, right? So they can survive over here. He's also forgetting the copious amount of money. I don't even know what it is. I'm sure somebody does, that he has sent to Israel to fund the war. He sent to Ukraine to fund the war. He's helped the Afghans and, a whole bunch of other people. And so there's also the student loan thing. While they're forgiving some student loans, they're not forgiving it fast enough. I also saw today that the United States is about $34 trillion in debt. They said this is among one of the times that is rising the fastest of the debt that we owe. So there's just a lot of things going on. And so he talks about the economy and the inflation going down. Most people go to the store, to the pump gas. They're not feeling that. So it's like, we hear what you're saying, but our pocketbooks and our banks are like, nah, we don't feel the love here. And so he's thinking it's about just the Gaza, what's going on in Gaza. But again, you can't negate your most loyal block of voters. Now, when I say loyal, and I'm raising my hand because Black people are the Democrats' most loyal block of voters. But you know what we want, Joey B. You know what we want, but you keep ignoring it. And you think your polling numbers are low now? Just keep ignoring Black people. Donovan?
I couldn't have said it better. Like I said, we were talking the other day, and I said, isn't it amazing that we were saying stuff, I think 6 years ago, kind of pointing these things out of how we're not getting anything. Black people as a group in this country are regressing. Everybody benefits off of our vote but us. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. How are we the ones that vote in mass for one party and we never get anything for it? But the question that's on the table is Joe Biden in trouble, right? Biden goes off on his staff over his low polling numbers. Simone Mammy Sanders Townsend, I think that's her new last name. She got married. Even she said on MSNBC, he should be worried. Now, when Simone Sanders is saying, yes, he should be worried, you're in trouble, because she is a person that like Demetra, knows how to spin everything. She's a Svengali type person when it comes to politics and things of that nature. Even though Ike said this, Demetra could take what Ike said and spin it to mean something totally different, right? And you guys see that on the show, how she handles me, right? She knows I'm right, but she just got to spin it because that's what she went to school for. So, but Simone Sanders said he should be worried because the numbers now, they can't refute the numbers. In some battleground states, he's behind by 10 points to Donald Trump. That is scary. Right now, the last incumbent president that had low poll numbers, I think, was Jimmy Carter as a Democrat, and he had 48% polling number. Guess where Joe Biden is? He's in the 30s. Jimmy Carter lost. So, here we are, now they're saying this is it. How many more months do we have to go? About 7 months before the election, whatever. What can they do? I've seen article, Demetra, over article of stories about the Black vote, the Black migration leaving, the people of color leaving the Democratic Party, this, that, Black women leaving the Democratic Party. They are starting to see that this isn't their imagination. And notice Jimbo Clyburn, Nancy Pelosi, all of these old hats, and no disrespect, but these old hats that have been sitting in there for 30 something years. Maxine Waters, you know, she comes out from under her rock and then she goes right back under it. But all of these old hats now are like, okay, we're just gonna rest on pretty and give up our power and stuff because we see it even now. Because what did Clyburn say? Well, I talked to my granddaughters, and they told me I have no doubt the black people will show up to save democracy. Black people are like, you know what? If this is democracy, it isn't worth saving. So I applaud you guys extensively because everybody sees the locking the Joe Biden, Donald Trump thing up is not working. The Fani Willis thing has been exposed. All of this stuff is being exposed. And if you've got to cheat to win an election, you know, again, guys, don't be fooled. Corporations are on both sides. Okay. So it isn't a corporation. It's a corporation thing. So it doesn't matter who wins. We're all in a trick bag. It doesn't matter. But the point is, 6 months ago, they were saying, don't worry, the black people will get back on the plantation. There's nothing to panic about. Now they're panicking.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, eventually, and like y'all said, you know, sounds like some people are saying, hey, you know, Democrats going to have to start listening to black people because, you know, I know they're bringing a whole bunch of people over here and stuff like that, but they cannot do it without the black voter. They cannot afford for more black voters to go over to the Republican side or to sit on the couch, right? Which is and you got to think about it too. The couch is kind of what a lot of people do anyway, because a lot of people, black, white, whatever, they suffer from apathy when it comes to elections, right? They're like, well, is my vote really going to matter? If I go and vote, am I going to get what I want? A lot of people just say, no, it's not going to matter. So I'm going to sit home anyway. So the couch is not new. The couch has always been a threat to the election process, if you will, which is why you see a lot of these campaigns, get out the vote or die, or whatever the case is, because they know a lot of people sit home. And so, especially now, with things being so blatant, right? And I'm talking about from the Democrats because black people predominantly vote for Democrats. What the Democrats have done is so blatant. Some people, you know, call it benign neglect, if you will. But the neglect is so blatant. It's not even benign anymore, right? It's so blatant to where, well, reparations, we don't have it. We're going to go broke. But then it's like, you know, they treating Israel and Ukraine and everybody else like strippers, right? Just giving them all the money they can. Oh, you want some more money? Oh, we didn't give you enough last time. Okay, sure. Hold on. Kamala, go in the safe. You know what I mean? But when it comes to us, it's like, oh, we ain't got it. But we do expect for y'all to show up to the polls again and, you know, just keep hope alive and the change you can believe in. And democracy's in danger. You know, all the little taglines they tell. Oh, wait, hold this. I forgot one. You can't let Trump back in office. If you stay home, that's a vote for Trump. That's the newest one, right? Now they're telling you if you stay home, then you're really voting for Trump. So they're doing everything but telling black people, you know what? Okay, we gonna cut the check. We gonna cut the check. Which I did hear, I think it was San Francisco or somewhere else, I can't remember where. They said they're going to be giving black citizens $750 a month. I can't remember the other place. But
what's the string attached to it?
Oh, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure of it. Yeah, so.
And you got to think about this too, real quick before we get to the co-hosts here. Why is the Democratic Party hiring specific PR firms, black PR firms, to target black voters? Why are they doing that? Where is the polls to the holes and holes to the polls, whatever it is? No voting, no bucking, whatever. Where's all this stuff? They're hiring these specific people and it's not working. They're throwing money down a well. Kamala Harris opened up the vice presidency to the HBCU twerking crowd. right? The talented 10th, they're out there partying, and rather than sitting down in a serious manner, telling the vice president what it is they need. A lot of those people that go to those HBCUs, I would say half of them are there on scholarship, coming from the hood, and they up there twerking in the damn vice presidency's house. They're out there dealing with the hip hop community, asking the hip hop community. Fat Joe was recently in the White House. Talk about, I met with the president. Oh, I did this. And me. Isn't it amazing that as these hardcore rappers and stuff, whatever you want to call them, from New York and all that. I'm not trying to make fun of New York because, much respect. But these people get up there. They're not recording music like they used to. And they're quick to take a check from wherever they can get it. I don't give a damn what an entertainer or an athlete says when it comes to politics.
Yeah. Actually, the story on it is not out yet. Maybe I'll have it out tomorrow. Yeah, Fat Joe goes to the White House. A couple other people, and they were talking about marijuana, right? That how it should be legal. And that's when Kamala most recently said, well, Joe and I both, we don't believe that anybody should go to jail for simply smoking weed. And it's like, Kamala, please. You sent the copious amount of people to jail when you was the DA in San Francisco for smoking weed. And a whole bunch of other stuff related to marijuana. And now you sitting up here faking a funk, after which she also was on the Breakfast Club talking about, I smoked it and I did inhale. So wait a minute now. You admitting that you did it after you locked up a bunch of people? And now you sitting up here talking about, Joe and I don't feel like anybody should go to jail for simply smoking weed. It's like, come on now. And the other thing too is they can only do anything on the federal level, which it sounds like they already did, right? And they said for simple possession, whatever that is, right? But they have no jurisdiction over the states. It's up to the states to decide what they want to do in regards to their criminals, if you will, via marijuana charges. So it's just a bunch of smoke, no pun intended. But it's like, but the other thing is this though. The question I asked was, why is that pertaining to Black people? Don't everybody smoke weed? Why is that hey, Black people, pay attention to this. We know y'all like to smoke weed. Your lips is black, ain't it? So you like to smoke weed. So we gonna take up this, marijuana, whatever it is. And as far as Fat Joe, well, he's an entertainer. I don't know why, people are getting mad at Fat Joe. Because they've always used entertainers. Because why are they using entertainers? Ask yourself. It's a logical question, really. Do they use entertainers for white people, Asian people, Hispanic people? No, they do not. They use entertainers for Black people because what? We like to be entertained. We watch the most TV. We engage in the most escapism more than anybody. It's a fact. So they're like, okay, let's meet them where they are. They want to be entertained. We'll get Fat Joe, lean with it, rock with whatever he's singing. We'll get him to do it. And then that'll mean something to him, I guess. I don't know.
And then you combine that with the alcohol and the 80s, crack epidemic that happened there. You get the women to tattoo themselves up ridiculously and go out there and 304ing and all that other stuff. You've got a complete recipe for the destruction of a community and a people. Complete. We are now Demetri, what amazes me now is so many people now realize we are at the bottom of everything. If it's good, we're at the bottom. If it's bad, we're at the top. Look at all the people that have been homeless, right? Here's something Demetri and I were talking about just before we hit the show. I was talking to a friend of mine. She's getting evicted. She bought a new house about 3 or 4 years ago, whatever, brand new house. Long story short, they reassessed her house and she's paying more taxes on the house because it isn't a vacant lot anymore. It has more value, whatever the deal is. She can't afford the house, so she's going to have to vacate. We are now realizing we need each other. And Demetri, how long have we been talking about that? This gender war BS and I don't need no man and women ain't this and all this other stuff. No, we have fallen right into the trick bag that they put us in, to where they got us fighting against each other, and we are more divided. And there's an old saying in the military, especially in the Air Force: you can break a stick, it's hard to break a bundle.
Marcella, he says you're baking homemade oatmeal raisin cookies. Ooh, that sounds so wonderful. It really does. Save me one.
Mitra, I've always said the kitchen or the bedroom, the kitchen or the bedroom.
Why not both?
Well, I want you to master one of them.
I could my daddy might be watching. Let me stop it. Tethers are tribal. How you doing? How you doing? He says you see the house in exposed. Okay. And Shirley says they aren't going to give Black ADOS anything once they decided that we're made into a bottom caste. Are we there yet? Are we at the bottom yet? And Mikey says entertainment and sports figure don't speak for me, but they have been for so long, right? They know that's the playbook. Malcolm X was telling us that years ago. You know, they get out and roll out an entertainer, and they take him up to the White House. Then he come out and tell you how wonderful they are, and he's all right with me. And then the rest of us, all right now, Steve Harvey, you know, whatever. So that's nothing new. It's an old playbook, but it's starting to wear thin, right? Mindful Moments, she says, primarily Black. Now the people I see smoking, it is most are Hispanic and white where I am. Yeah, I mean, everybody, you know, I don't say everybody, but from all walks of life do it. It's not just a us thing, right? And Samuel, you say, I can't wait until the election in November, and I'm looking forward to Roland Martin, oh wow, melting down in anger rage when Biden and the Democrats lose in November. Well, you know what? One thing I always say, when it's over, it's over, because anything could happen. A lot of people went to sleep during the 2016 election thinking that Hillary had it in the bag. Hillary was going to win. And then they woke up and Trump's the president. You know, so I'm just one of those people. I don't like to say yes or no, because you know when you know, right? Because anything can happen. You know, Black America, how you doing? He says, for selling weed, not smoking. People got time for selling. Some people got time for smoking it too, because it was illegal. It wasn't legal back in the day. You get caught, you could get it for possession, you know. So it was a little both going on. Let's see. Karen says, why didn't they drop the schedule of Mary Jane? And that's what Kamala was saying. It's a shame that fentanyl and heroin are considered a lower schedule than marijuana. But it's like, no, it's not, Kamala. You know why it's considered the fentanyl and other ones are considered lower, because that's your husband's people's drug of choice. They get rehab. Black people get jail, you know, for what they deem to be Black people's drug of choice, right? The crack and all of that. So they know why. Let's see. Let me skip down. And Only Pamela, how you doing? He says, our federal government just gave New York $106 million for some illegal criminals, and I have one word lawsuit. Oh yeah, and they're gonna get more, you know, because they think we playing with them, right? And Buckworth, how you doing? Says, Fat Joe don't speak for us, especially not for me. Well, you know, they've been tapping into him lately, but y'all remember a couple of weeks ago, Black people was mad at him because he said that he got a pair of Trump shoes, and they're like, "How dare you?" And he's like, "I'm a shoe connoisseur. I collect tennis shoes. Why are you guys mad?" I mean, they were angry. Like, why are we going to cancel, you know, Fat Joe? And it was 80-year-old women talking about, I'm canceling Fat Joe's. Like, Gloda, what does he even sing? Do you know what Fat Joe does? You don't even know when you're canceling him, you know? Dwayne says, Kamala just gonna say whatever they tell her. She doesn't have any originality. And Fat Joe is in the wrong space trying to claim FBA creations like hip hop and rap. Yeah, I heard about that whole little beef that went on last year.
Him, Busta Rhymes, they're all talking about the Latins, you know, started hip hop and whatever, and the Caribbeans and people. You know, the funny thing is they love to appropriate our struggle, but don't want to live our struggle.
Well, I mean, hello, Mission Vision. How you doing? The other thing is too is, see, I'm not one of those people like to argue about stuff I have no control over. While Black people may have created hip hop, you don't own it, you ain't got no say so. You don't. Most of those people arguing about who created rap don't even own their own masters. But you're sitting up here talking about, well, we created it. You know, it's the equivalent of gang banging. This our hood. This our block. All right, cool. Show me the deed. Well, you know, I don't really own the block, you know, but I'm just saying it's ours because we stand here all the time. Well, then shut up then. You have no power here, you know. It's the same thing. So, and that's partially because we don't gatekeep anything. We allow everybody to come in and go eat at the barbecue, and then they give us sexy reds. You know, they turn those type of people out. So to me, it was a dumb argument, but let me shut up before I get in trouble.
And have you noticed, Demetra, the other groups are getting mad that we're not coming to their functions and their distress anymore? A lot of Black people, like I said, okay, I'm not a religious person. You're not a religious person as much. But the Bible describes what Jesus and the Israelites look like. They look like me, right? The real Israelites, whatever the deal is. So we know that. As Black people, most Black people know that. Real Israelites look like us. So we're dealing with Zionists. A lot of my so-called Jewish Zionist friends, they're saying they're not Zionists because they call themselves Jews, even though they're not, in my opinion. They're mad at me because I won't say one damn thing in regards to what's going on over there in Israel, except the genocide. That's all I'm talking about. If you want me to say something, yes, I will talk about the genocide. They're like, no, that ain't the genocide. It ain't genocide. Yes, it is. You know, and I'm a military guy. I don't believe in slaughtering people just because you call yourself the chosen people. It just doesn't make sense. But notice these groups, Asians now, Hispanics, whatever, they're looking at us like, why aren't the Black people coming to our defense? Why aren't they standing up for us anymore? Because we have now realized that when we have an issue, they don't come for us. Do you guys realize here in Southern California, there is a Hispanic organization that is hell-bent on denying Black people reparations? That is their whole purpose, is to make sure Black people get no reparations. Hispanic people. So, you know, I'm glad we are now realizing, you know, we're on our own. This is it. And we need to come together, Black man, Black woman, put the bullshit aside and fight our enemies like we need to fight them, get our checks. And then if we want to go our separate ways, then we go our separate ways. But we got to fight the battle first. Okay.
Absolutely. Mindful moments. She said there are good Black women here, but they aren't giving the spotlight like the Cardi B's and Sexy Red. Stop with the BS. We are here, but keep running to other countries looking for love. Laugh out loud. I think maybe we're responding to somebody else, I think. Metamorphosis says, how you doing? He says, oh, CO, Demetra, Donovan in the chat. If we don't put grassroots FBA in office or government, it's a wrap. Yeah, but like I said, as I was saying on Sunday, people complain, and Lord knows I ain't trying to go back down that road, about the baby boomers. But then you have somebody like a Marcel Dixon, who, I don't know, how old is Marcel? He's in his 30s to 40s, something like that.
Yeah, he's about 30, 36 or something like that.
Oh, so he's a young guy. Yeah, so you got somebody like Marcel Dixon who's trying to unseat that of Clyburn. But, you know, for whatever reason, people won't go out there. I think he got, 2% of the vote, maybe 2 to 4% of the vote. It was like, come on. You know, so I agree with you. And Tito Gatto, how you doing? And you say, according to Hillary, we are super predators. That trick didn't have a chance in hell with me. I sat on the couch back then with my snacks. Yeah, she couldn't overcome a lot of stuff. She actually had a record to run on opposed to that of Trump.
And then you got to think of what Biden has said. He doesn't want what did he say? A guerrilla jungle or whatever. Is that what Biden said? He doesn't want his kids to be involved in a guerrilla jungle or something?
I think he said a concrete jungle or something like that.
Yeah, it was like, it was something derogatory in regards to he don't want his kids mixing with the Blacks and all that other stuff. So, and this guy's the president. This guy had a whole 50-year record and became a president. I had one friend, Demetra, call and tell me, Don, I didn't do my research. I didn't, he goes, I'm not voting for Biden this time, though. I said, well, I'm glad you learned. Unfortunately, the damage is done, but we'll see.
Hey, Shiloh, how you doing? It says Biden's reaction must be performative unless he expects to win despite lying to our Black Americans' faces. And we knew he was lying, right? Black America says, how many times have you been to jail? Probably 20. Jail and prison. About 20 times. Now, was I in there? No. But I have visited. Listen, I know enough about jail and prison to know I don't want to go, okay? If that helps you out. No, but for real, yeah, I've been before to visit people and stuff, and very sad and sombering. Oh my God, a sombering experience. I remember the first time, or one of the first times I went to a prison to visit somebody. This was years ago. And there was this kid, he was sitting across with his parents, and he was sitting down like this. The whole visit, just sad. So I asked my friend, I said, what's wrong with him? I said he's 18 and he's been sentenced to life for murder. And he says they probably taking his lunch, and everything else he got. So that's probably what's going on with him. I was like, oh, I want to come back here no more. It just broke my heart, because he's probably like every day he goes to see his parents. It's sad because I'm not going to be able to leave with him. I'm going to have to go back on the other side of the wall to the terror and the horror, as an 18-year-old in prison experiences, right? So, yeah. So
see, that's what these young people get for not watching the right movies. Number one, if I go to prison, I'm too cute to go to prison. So I know, as bad as I am as a fighter, I'm too cute to go to prison. So I'm going to keep it real. I ain't giving up no booty. I'm sorry. It ain't going to happen. Because if I go in there, I'm going to let them know I'm going in as a double Muslim, period. A double Muslim. If they want to, try their luck with me, please come. And I know a lot of you guys are saying, well, what the hell's a double Muslim? That is a Muslim that loves Allah so much, he wants to take you with him to go see him.
Yeah, so no, so I never want to go. Daniel, how you doing? He says, we are most definitely all alone. Sorry about that, y'all. And let me skip down just a little bit so I could catch up. Samuel says the reason we are not going to other groups' defense because they've shown to have white supremacists, mainly the Hispanics. Donovan is absolutely right. Yeah, we got our own things to be taken care of, right? In proper perspective. How you doing? Long time no see. He says the biblical Jews committed genocide in the text of ourselves. They still doing it today. Okay. All right. And let me just skip on down. Cod, I hope I said that right. How you doing? Racial Jungle. Yes, I said Concrete Jungle. Ain't that like a movie or something? Blackboard Jungle. That's an old movie right there. So that's what Joe Biden said. Yes. Stay woke. He says Joe Biden's son Hunter still on drugs. He might be. That cocaine got in the White House somehow. Okay. Somebody brought it up in there. Now I'm tending to think it was somebody who can just wave their way in. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you're back again, huh? Yeah, I'm just gonna go see my dad. Have a great day. It's not somebody that had to get pat down and stomp your feet, open your briefcase or nothing like that.
Now, remember in 2000, we had the intelligence drop of 9/11 and stuff like that. So we spent almost $1 trillion in giving the intel people all of this money to boost their intel and upgrade and everything. And you mean to tell me they can't find out who brought drugs into the White House? Are you kidding me?
What I'm saying, if I brought something up into this house, they would know. Okay. And so in the White House, the most protected place probably on earth, and they have no idea as to who brought it in there. And it sounded like it was a lot. So, yeah, average logical thinker, how you doing? He says, evening, Demetri Donovan. Have y'all talked about Fat Joe being used to bring in Hispanic voters and immigrants to the Democrats? But think about it. Hispanic voters, especially the ones that new over here, y'all think they listening to Fat Joe? When the last time Fat Joe had an album out? When Big Pun was still rolling around here? I'm just saying. So is he really going to influence Hispanics? Hispanics, they going to get what they got to get. But if you know the nature of how they vote, they're actually more conservative. If you think about it.
Most Hispanics are Catholic. And of course, as Catholic, they're going to be very traditional. I'm a Catholic. So I'll tell you.
Yeah. So that's why I don't buy that. Hey, Fly Guy, where you been? That's why I don't buy that he's using being used to I mean there might be some, but I mean what is he really doing or saying to make them say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go vote for Joe and Kamala because Fat Joe, you know. I don't know.
Well, remember the Schwarzenegger effect? Oh man, I love his movies. I love Schwarzenegger. Yeah. And everybody voted for him twice.
The governor, the effed up California. And Barney's Road Book Tour. How you doing? You say pause. Talking about Donovan being a double Muslim. Rhonda, how you doing? He says, good evening. Demetri and Donovan just got home from casting my vote against against Biden. A volunteer said he saw one person today under 30 voting today. I'm writing in reparations on my ballot in November. Yeah, there's a lot of people going to be doing that too. So they're going to find out for sure, right? Hey, Perry, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. M. Thompson, what's going on with you? So he said the Illinois primary was today. Okay. Pamela, how are you today? LA Dodgers. Says, I have to say something about this conversation. Donovan is right about his opinions sometimes. Rarely. No. You know, I actually want to go see the Dodgers when they come here to Houston. I looked at the schedule. I like sitting outside and watching baseball, and then it gets too hot. I'm like, yeah, let's go. So I do want to see that, but that game is a little bit pricey. So we'll see. Tell it like it is. How you doing? He says we done took the cape off. We're looking out for ourselves now. Yes, and it's a beautiful thing. It really is. And then Barney's Road Book Tour, you say they brush that cocaine story aside like it's a common occurrence, right? Because that's why we know who it was, right? At Femi, how you doing? It says black people need to understand that any Democrat running will always follow the Democrat agenda. Vote out all Democrats and flip it red. The Republicans are our best bet to get the, and I'm gonna say migrants for the sake of YouTube, out. They're starting to call them asylum seekers now. So y'all listen to how the language is starting to change. I totally agree. Trump obviously had the border closed, and he said that when he get back up in there, guess what? They going back home. So yeah, that is our best bet. And the Biden administration, they don't seem like they're stopping. Texas just won the victory in the Supreme Court to arrest them if they come over here, right? For not getting clearance federally to be here, which none of them are, right? They're just coming over here. And so a lot of people are saying, well, that's inhumane that Texas is doing that. But it's like, well, then who's supposed
liberals.
Yeah, who's supposed to foot the bill? You know, so Texas did win that victory to arrest them if they come over here. So it's going to be a lot of people in jail.
Now, you also got to remember, you guys, the DHS policy under the Biden administration is if they're Haitian, you send them back immediately. Immediately.
Send them back? Did you say send them back?
Send them back.
They're not even making it over here.
Right, exactly.
DeSantis got he got troopers in the water making sure they don't make it on shore. He's like, push them back.
Everybody else could come, but if they're Haitian,
Right. Rajab, how you doing? He says black men vote Trump 2024. It looks like that's what's going on. More of them are anyway. And Alonzo, he says Catholic. There goes the immigrant vote. Yeah, they not for getting rid of their babies like that. And Barney, you say this administration has so many scandals that should still be headlining the news. No, they want to tell you about Trump, right? Trump this, Trump that. And I mean, Trump has done some things that should be talked about. Don't get me wrong, you know, but why is anybody? I haven't really even seen this story trending about how he cussed out the staff over his low polling numbers, but you hear about everything Trump is doing and saying. So it was like, what's going on?
And speaking of Trump, you guys, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm just for what's right. Now, I know the law in New York was set up that way because you had all these big millionaires that would take their money and go offshore with it, and that way you couldn't collect it and stuff. But think about this, and nobody seems to be thinking about this. Demetri took law, I took law in college, whatever. But here's the thing. What if Donald Trump sells all his properties and he wins his appeal? Did anybody think about that? How fair is that? He just lost all of his properties, but he won his appeal. There's got to be a way to make this work.
Which appeal did he win another one today?
No. What I'm saying is, you know, if he has to sell all his properties to make this bond to do it, and because he wants to appeal it, he sells his property. He wins his appeal. Let's just say hypothetically he wins. He had to get rid of all these properties. How is that fair? And I'm not just taking up for Trump. I'm saying, trying to, I try to think of like logically what is right. What if you had to put up your house as collateral, sell it, and you can't even put it up because a lot of people don't want to back it, but you got to sell your house to get the money for it, right? And then you win. You were exonerated. You were innocent. You just lost your house. You just lost your house.
And yeah, he's appealing to that $450 million is what he owes. Because he's saying it's unconstitutional, like you said too, Donovan. His lawyers are saying that they've shopped it around, tried to 30 banks and companies and brokers or whatever, and nobody wants to touch it. It's a lot of money, right? So it's like, Letitia James, what are you doing? That's ridiculous. I mean, it really is. Like, where is he? And that's assuming that he's liquid, right? Most people aren't liquid, even if they do have a lot of money. I don't know, maybe they are or not. But where is he supposed to get that money from if nobody will back the bond?
Right. I mean, we know he undervalued his properties. That's another thing. And then when he sells, even if he has to sell, he has to pay the taxes on the sale. Then he has to sell it at a fire at a discount. And now somebody else owns his property. Then he wins it. Let's hypothetically, he wins the appeal. How is that fair?
Yeah, I think it's abuse of the system too. I really do.
It's just crazy. It's just something to think about, you guys. Just if you were in that situation, there's got to be a way where you could make stuff make sense.
The last good man in Jersey, how you doing? He says, do you think that Trump can win Michigan? I absolutely think that he can. I'm obviously speculating simply because there's a large Muslim community there that are not happy, and they have bonded together and said that they are going to vote uncommitted in solidarity. So they won't vote for Trump. They're just not going to vote for Biden due to what's going on in the Gaza Strip. So it's very possible. And then again, we have to look at the numbers last time they had the election. How did he do there? So it's possible he could win. He very well could. But don't quote me. And Black, how you doing? And Tracy says, Trump wants to be a dictator. That's dangerous. Can I ask y'all a question? Aren't they all a dictator? Biden's a dictator. We heard him infamously when he was talking to the Negro misleadership. Listen to me. I said he was dictating to them.
Well, what did Fonnie Willis do? What did Fonnie Willis do? Dictate. All these people in positions dictate. Wait. We got a city girl mayor right there in Dalton, Illinois. What is she doing?
Super mayor. She's a super super mayor's here. I don't know. Dwayne says, we true FBA not getting rid of our babies either. We have always been God-fearing more than any of them. Yeah, but that's the campaign that they put into our community really right after slavery, right? The eugenics program. Deacon Weasel, how you doing? It says, Deacon is here. Yes, indeed. Where's Deaconess Weasel? Don't deacons have to have a deaconess? I don't know. Perry, how you doing? He says, sounds like another court battle. Tracy, you say Trump is a lousy businessman. Yeah, that's I think we can all agree upon that, right? And Cannabaro Feeling said that's the plan there, but it works. Trump will outsmart them. Yeah, or maybe he get his people together and say, hey, I need some Skrilla. I'm a Wally the Elder. How you doing?
So you got to think about this too when it comes to Trump. Did his son-in-law not leave the White House with $2 billion from the Saudis?
And sounds like Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, said that it's going to be some prime waterfront real estate there at the Gaza Strip.
Yeah. I mean, this is how these people think. They think in big numbers. So, the Democrats could have got him on grifting as a president. You're not supposed to do that, but they didn't do anything. He made a whole bunch of money while he was the president of the United States. So, he might get the money back, but it's just the fact of fairness. I'm thinking of the fairness in it,
Yeah. And Barney's, you make a good point. He says, but New York is going broke in general. That's what they're not telling us. Yeah. And they spend all that money on immigrants. So yeah, they probably like, Trump, we need you to pay for it. So you're actually probably on to something.
And speaking of New York, did you hear Eric Adams has been involved in a lawsuit from 30 years ago? And here's the squeeze. The Democratic, I want you guys to think about this. This is the Biden White House. His Justice Department is going after these people that don't want to play the game.
Yes, indeed. And Deacon Weasel, thank you so much for the donation. Love and appreciate you. He says, we in here, y'all, Trump 2024. Let's see, somebody else. And Femi, thank you also for the super sticker. Love and appreciate you for that. Let's see here. And Tito, if I didn't already, how you doing? He says, that's a lot of money. Trump will be living in the projects. You crazy. All right. And Perry said he'll sue New York. He might. Tia, what's going on with you? And Black America says, Lean Back was the hottest song for damn near a year, Fat Joe. What year was it, though? Like 99, 2002. Come on now. The last good man in Jersey says, if Trump loses Michigan, he'll probably lose the election. Yeah, that's why I said I need to see the polling numbers. And Alvin Learning, how you doing? He says, it's sad. It said, vote for the lesser two evils, one legion of demons, or two Satan himself. You crazy. Evil is still evil, right? And Charles M., how you doing? It says, poor racist Trump. They're all racist. None of them is less racist than the other. Joe, he says, Trump cannot win Michigan because Michigan is a blue state. But I said, there's a possibility because that Muslim community and people who are upset about what's going on at the Gaza Strip with the Palestinians, which are Muslim, right? When during the primaries, I think they said 100,000 of them put in uncommitted. So they didn't vote for Biden or anybody. They just said uncommitted to send this message to him that there's more of this to come if you do not do a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip right now. So
right, and in 2016, Trump won Michigan.
Well, there you have it.
He won Michigan. Michigan has been flip-flopping to and from. He
there
won
you have it.
2016.
So I'm just saying, I don't know everything, but I do know a little bit of something. Tracy says, I'm responding, but in the bodega. You in the bodega? What you getting in the bodega? Alonzo says, we need to register our party through the FEC. We have enough activity on this platform. Hell, you and Donovan can be the reps. You know how many times people have tried to make me and Donovan the rep, put us up to run for the president, the vice president. Like, shoot, they've been that took us up out of here.
And if we won, I'd be leaving that sucker a millionaire like the rest of them.
Right. Dimitri, when you went into the office, you had a 2013 Hyundai Sonata, and now you got the big body Bentley.
Do you guys know how much Maxine Waters is worth? She's worth over $30 million. $30 million.
It's a lot of Skrilla for an old lady. It's a lot of good wig buying there. And your average logical thinker says, I don't know. Trump has been able to get away with some things by hiring the right people, and he was able to sell out those ugly shoes, ugly ass shoes. Seemed like a good businessman to me. Well, he how about this? He got the silver tongue, if you will.
Yeah, and you guys got to remember, in the group that he runs in, they support each other. Even a-holes have a-holes around him, and they're all on one accord, right? So who bought those shoes? Most likely, it's like when these politicians write books. Remember his son, Trump Jr. Wrote a book. It was on the New York bestseller. They found all the books in a warehouse that one of the donors that wanted influence with Trump when he was president, he bought all the books. And that's how they put money in each other's pockets. That's just how they do it. So I mean, as far as a businessman, it's been proven the guy's lost billions of dollars. He's not his father. Let me say that. He's not his father. Jeff,
thank you for that. And how you doing, by the way? Says Fat Joe came out with Lean Back in 2004. See, Black America be up here fronting like it's on the high 100 right now.
What happened to that song with him and Ashanti? What's Love? That was in like 2002, something like that.
Roughly. I'm just saying, it wasn't in the last 2 decades. Avenged Ancestors, how you doing? All right, so let me skip on down so I could catch up, acknowledging everybody that came on here so far. Oh, I'm at the bottom. Look at that. And Jeff says, Phil Scott for president, Demetra came for vice president. I don't think they want either one of us at the helm. I don't think they want that. They'd be like, recall. Or whatever you do to impeachment.
Again, these politicians put in mechanisms where they can stay. Tiffany Henyard, the super mayor, she was actually recalled, but by a technicality, she ended up staying, and she challenged it, and by technicality, she ended up staying. So they have mechanisms to make themselves stay in office and stay in power.
Yep. And family says Maxine Waters making sure her children and grandchildren are taken care of. What about the other Black American children? Y'all remember when she was out there talking to the homeless people? And what had happened was a misunderstanding. Some flyer went out indicating that if they show up, like first come, first serve type thing, they would get housing, right? Like a housing voucher. Of course, that was a lie. So Maxine shows up with a handful of her keys. You know, she showed up with keys in her hand. She goes, it was a mistake. It was no. Just leave your number and your address and we'll get back to you. And it's like, what address, Maxie? They homeless. Delusional. Just give up the ghost. I mean, not like going up to glory, but get up off the seat. You know, talking about leave us your name and your address and number.
I guess she assumed everybody had a Trump phone.
Right. And let's see here. And Bernie says, I mean, sneaker collectors are mostly Asians and whites. Blacks just like to wear sneakers. Trump shoes wasn't a pander to Black people at all. It wasn't. And, you know, like Fat Joe said, which I thought it was ridiculous that people were mad, because I'm sure a lot of people wanted to get it for a collector's item. It will be, if not already, collector's item, right? So, of course, I did see one, you know, brother walking around with them on, but most people are probably going to put them in a case somewhere and preserve them. And, you know, as history, president selling a shoe, you know, a former president anyway, Trump. And, you know, I think people forget Trump had a reputation, whether it was good or bad, before he was president, you know, so everybody tuned into, what was the name of that doggone show?
For the love of money, The Apprentice.
Apprentice, yeah. Everybody watched at least one episode of that, right? And it was pretty good. But, and you know, he gave Arsenio Hall another chance, because I think Arsenio Hall won.
Fired Nene Leakes. You're fired.
Right. But she talks about Trump, and she did anyway. But, you know, he says, Arsenio he said, you're very talented. You should be back on the air again. So Trump got him, you know, his talk show didn't do very well the second time around. But y'all know why he was taken off the air the first time, right? It's because he had Farrakhan on there. And he told Farrakhan, he says, I was told that I'd probably be canceled. Police weren't going to protect me anymore. And I got a lot of hate mail. But he said, I had you on here anyway. And shortly after that, Arsenio was off the air. So I'd imagine Trump knew that. That's why Arsenio, you know, was pulled off the air. So I don't know. Just a little TV trivial history for you. All right. So let's see. Tell it like it is. Oh, yeah. Y'all want to call in? Oh, the deacon wants to call in. Okay, give me a moment, because as y'all can see, I'm still recovering, and I might laugh myself to death if you come on here. So give me a minute. Tell it like this. Says Fat Joe need to lean back and do some sit-ups. You know, Fat Joe actually lost a lot of weight after Big Pun died, which was his best friend. He says because when Big Pun died, and Big Pun actually was a bodybuilder, very in shape, but he got into a motorcycle accident and hurt his back really bad, and he couldn't work out and stuff, which is what caused him to put on a bunch of weight. Of course, y'all know he had a heart attack and stuff. But Fat Joe said when that happened, he decided to lose weight because Fat Joe was actually way bigger, right? So he lost a lot of weight. So I don't know if he's still fat or not, but JJ Mars says Black American leadership has been falling since the 1970s. Yeah, I would agree with that. Kara says the state of housing in this country is disgusting. Yeah, people cannot afford to live in America anymore. It's horrible.
Well, no. You got that wrong. I disagree. If you're an American, you can't afford to live in America. If you're from, you know, another country, they'll put you up in a hotel. They'll abandon schools. They'll do anything they can to house you. But if you're an American paying taxes and stuff, no, we ain't doing a damn thing for you.
Right. And studio, how you doing? You say, Yeah, put some respect on those Trump shoes. They are fire. I mean, some people like them. They're not really my speed per se. I like gold accessories, but that's just too much gold on the feet, right? uh, yeah. A lot of people said they wish they got a pair. My brother said he was trying to get a pair, but he couldn't because he only made so many of them, right? But don't let people fool you. There's a lot of people out there talking about I'm voting blue no matter who. Got them a pair of Trump shoes sitting up on the mantle somewhere. Don't let them fool you. Y'all want Deacon to call in? Okay, I'm gonna have to eat my Wheaties and drink some of this tea here. Metamorphosis, she says, I've also been sicker than the dog for a few weeks. Dr. Time, yeah, this is lingering. I've been sick since oh gosh, like the 8th, the 9th. And it's gonna be the 20th, so it's been a while. It's a process. I don't know what I caught. I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't want to take no antibiotics. So yeah, it's a process. In MC Fact, how you doing? It says, let Donovan know it's okay for a political candidate to use the N-word Trump. I mean, my thing is this. Y'all don't think all of them have used it at some point in time? Biden doesn't strike me as the type to say, I would never. He sounds like he just let it rip. So they all say it.
Do you guys want to know what's crazy? And this goes to show you the American education system. Because Delaware is north of the Mason-Dixon line, a lot of people did not even know Delaware was a slave state. Where do you think Biden gets his attitude when it comes to Black people? That was a border state. They stayed in the Union, but they were allowed to have slaves. So that was a border state. I was shocked at how many people didn't know that.
Yeah, because a lot of people think it was just concentrated right here in the South. Even when you tell them California wasn't a slave state, but it delved in slavery, right? It was very sympathetic to slave owners who brought their slaves there, who lost their slaves or slaves ran away. They used the Fugitive Act to return them. So very complicit in the slave trade, if you will. So let's see here. I'm Realm in the Bush. How you doing? He said, this is too funny. All Jim Crow had to do was cut the check. That's all he had to do, and then we'll go on about our merry little way. You vote for what you for things that you get that you benefit from. But it's like, why are we gonna keep voting? We're not getting anything from it. It ain't an issue of them not having the money. We know they have the money because they giving it to everybody else. They just don't like Black. Joe does not like, you know what? In fact, Joe don't like Americans at all. He doesn't like Americans, changing the tax laws and the 1099. You got to, do your taxes a different way. They want to know how much money you're getting from here and there. Trump wasn't doing all of that when he was in office. It's crazy. So I don't think, not only does he not like Black people, I just don't think he like Americans or America at all. I just don't get that sentiment from him. Like he's angry, And JJ says Kanye probably bought a pair. Yeah, he probably gave him a pair, right? You never know. Maybe they're gonna be in cahoots. And our mindful moment says Joe Biden comparing Black children to roaches. Oh my God. Yeah, they do look like boxing shoes, Metamorphosis. All right, so let's see. An easy says Maryland to Donovan. And MC Fact. Okay, so y'all want let Deacon know it's not okay for a political candidate to call Black people the N-word. Oh no, you can't do that. No.
Yeah, and the thing is, where are the scammers? All you got to do is go to Walmart, buy those little cheap tennis shoes, because that's what Trump shoes really do, and then paint them gold, spray paint them gold. That's what I would do.
Yeah, we know you would. Okay, and Brother Sammy says the Sky K ticket got me thinking. Says if we got a really pro-Black team in the White House, what should we realistically expect than to have the power to aid Black people? Brainstorming. Well, that ticket will never happen. But anybody who gets in the White House should do for everybody, right? Do for everybody that voted for you. But as it is, the Democrats are doing for everybody who cannot vote for them, right? Not only are they neglecting Black people, but they're neglecting the American people in general. Even with the PPP loan thing, that happened under the Trump administration. Biden came in and was like, everybody going to jail, and you're going to pay back every dime. That's essentially what he said, right? But it's like you sending people to jail for PPP fraud and, whatever else, but you handing out the taxpayers' money like it's just water, water from a water hose. So I do not like Joe Biden at all. He's just a crotchety old miser, you know. Jeffy says Biden did say there'll never be another. Oh, did he say that for real? Valerie, how you doing? Says my husband who wears sneakers said at those prices he better fly instead of walk. Right. I think they're $400, right? Yeah, that's pretty pricey for some shoes. JB one, he says Biden is on video using the N-word multiple times. We don't need another. You know what? Now I know what you're talking about. That was actually what they call a deep fake. It wasn't real. So somebody I did a voiceover. So it actually wasn't real.
Yeah. But Lyndon Johnson actually used it.
Oh, for sure.
And Nixon used it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we can go on and on and on.
Oh, yes. They got caught on them little hot tapes back in the day, those as they're talking a deep throat.
We know Reagan used it.
Right, you know. But that particular video y'all talking about is actually not real. King Azrael, how you doing today? And Blue Exodus, I hope you're having a great day so far. And let's see, I'm gonna skip on down. Realm in the Bush, she says, we know how Joe feels about us. He wrote that crime bill. He has done the most to Black folks. You better tell him and tell him again.
Now think about this, you guys. I want you guys to think about this because you brought up a good point with that crime bill. If he really wanted to win the election, because remember, both of these parties work the same. It's the good cop, bad cop shit. And Black people, we're very familiar with that, right? In general, we're very familiar with the good cop. Hey, come on, man, just tell me and I'll help you out. I'll speak up for you. And they never do, right? Good cop, bad cop. If Joe Biden really wanted to win this election, he could get on the news right now and say, I am repealing. I'm having the 1995 crime bill repealed. I am exonerating marijuana convictions. I mean, we could go on and on and on. I am giving out reparations checks at $5,000 a pop for those people that are whatever. Do you know how overwhelmingly Black people will vote for this party and be dedicated to it even more for the next generations to come? But they won't do it. They won't do it. I'm forgiving student loans. By all he could do without executive order. All of this could be done with a pen. He just won't do it.
Rex, how you doing? He says, question, why did Brother Cornel West go silent? I don't think he had the intentions of really trying to put on a full campaign in the first place. I think he was just, trying to say, hey, I'm running. I mean, come on. First of all, he will never amass the war chest that he needs to even, I don't even think he was on any of the ballots in the first place. So I just think he's out there just, seeking attention, I guess. But I don't know. And Easy says, Joe getting his back through his crystal meth addict son. Is that what it is? And Shelton, he says the fact that, and how you doing? He says the fact that the damn shields still support him and know that he did nothing for its Black base is crazy. People won't understand until they get replaced at their job for a migrant. They can get two for you. You better preach. And let me go back to this here. Black America says, you don't think PPP scammers should go to jail? I think anybody who scams to the degree of, a lot, I guess they should pay for it. But I'm having a hard time justifying people going to jail for scamming PPP loans or whatever. And Joe Biden is giving all those billions of dollars away to everybody. You know what I mean? I have a hard time with that. I really do. At least give them an opportunity to pay it back or something. But sending people to jail while you sending all of those people's money to everybody else who don't live here, I think that's horrible. That's just my opinion, though. And let's see here. Skipping on down. Brother Said Speaks, how you doing? He says subjugation classism is rooted in our culture. It will be hard to get someone to do politics correctly. Yeah, when people get that little white envelope, shoot, they get I know what I said, but
I got an idea for you guys. Now I ran locally in politics, and it really was an eye opener for me because a lot of us watch politics, what we see in movies, and like locally, you think we're born Democrats, we don't know any better. We think the good guy is always going to win in the end. Think about this. when I ran, and Dimitri, remember when I ran, I had to go to those Democratic groups and stuff to see if I could be selected. And they gave me they give you this little form, and they kind of want to see where you're at and stuff. But it's a process that they do to justify what they're doing because they've already selected the person that they want. They've already done that. But that's how it kind of works. And, and I always tell people at a local level, run for school board, get involved in those policies. Just run one time and you're going to see how horrible and corrupt the system is. It's just corrupt.
It is. Dwayne says, I think they sent Cornel West to get the Black grassroots engaged in voting process. It didn't make sense when I've been kicking it with the Dems for years. Phony RFK too. You make a good point. I think so. I mean, but Cornel West, I thought it was funny. He says, well, I'm running to give the disenfranchised white brothers and sisters that voted for Trump an option to vote for it. It's like, that's why you're running? Okay. Got you. So anyway, I'm going to share the link. Hey, Brother Reggie. Hope you and your family are doing well in Japan. You know what? I miss Japan. Believe it or not, it was a pretty cool place to be. Only thing I hate about Japan, I am not going to lie.
The portions are too small.
No. That woke me up, right? Like, damn, you greedy as hell. You go over there, you just realize how greedy you are, for real. Is what I hated. It took me like a month almost to get my sleep schedule back. And we weren't over there for like 8-9 days. It took me so long to get acclimated back to my regular sleep. It was just so off. It was crazy.
But when you were over there, because you guys, that's where I grew up. I grew up in Japan, went to high school there and everything, right? But when you were over there, how did they treat you in general? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Japanese people like Black people, but they don't really like foreigners in general. But when you're over there, how did they treat you?
Very nice. I would say I didn't have an issue at all. The only ill treatment that I felt like we got was from them folks that was also tourists. You know what I mean? It's like, y'all just funky acting everywhere you go. You just act like you just run and rule the world. Go somewhere. Go back to wherever it is you came from. But yeah, I think that's what they call it. What do they call your clock? Your circadian?
Your circadian rhythm.
Oh man, that was so off. Me and my daughter were both up like, hey, so what are you doing here this time of the morning? Like 2 in the morning, right? You're just It come the daytime, it was like,
oh, that's right. Because when we were there, they were getting up at all hours of the night, going to the 7-Eleven,
yeah, because we couldn't, none of us, we couldn't sleep. We're all in the living room. It's 5 in the morning, just wide awake. It's like, well, might as well get dressed now. Can head out because it'll be daylight in a couple hours. And then we get back home and like, good time.
You need to go back to Okinawa and spend some time over there so your daughter could see where her father was stationed.
Yes, Okinawa. Yeah, I got to go visit the Blue Zone people. That's what I want to go do so I can figure out how to live to be 100. All right, so I'm putting the link in here. Put the link.
Valerie says, I love California, but it's not a place to be right now. I lived in California for 20 years, and it hurts to watch it go down like it has. Well, Valerie, do you realize the reason why California has gone down as it's done, and it's still going down the tubes? Democratic policies. This is a Democratic state. If you let the Democrats take over your area and whatever, your area will end up being like California. Liberal. Everybody else gets stuff. That doesn't make any sense. Democracy, the majority is supposed to rule, but we got the LGBT dictating this. These groups, it's a mess. And this is all by the Democrats. This is Democratic policy. This is what your state will look like over a period of time of Democratic rule.
And Common Man, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. He says, that's why I went independent in 1982, Donovan, after I met Jesse Jackson, I realized politics are a trip, and I was only 22 years old at the time.
I'm going
Yes,
to tell you
indeed.
guys, run for politics and you will see envelopes being passed. You will be solicited. I was asked several times, what is it that I want? Because they wanted me out of the way. And they realized I couldn't be bought like that because Demetri will tell you, I'm a guy, I'm really not into stuff like that. I'm not into, I got to have a Mercedes. Because again, I didn't really live the typical American experience. I was a military kid. So I couldn't be bought and they couldn't understand that. So, but money's there. If you want to make some money, get into politics.
Yes, indeed. Biko, how you doing this fine evening? There you go. There you go. Can you hear us?
Hello, hello. Just some quick Georgia news. Looks like Senator Warnock is a lot of hot water.
What happened?
I can hear you okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Basically what Warnock did is the white girl that got killed down here by the illegal, he didn't have enough sense to at least try to lie a little bit and sound different. He sounded like he was advocating for the illegal. So he's in a lot of trouble there. So he never answers my emails when I contact him. So I decided to rub it in anyway. I emailed him anyway. So I told him that I would be voting Republican. And I said, looks like you're in trouble with the white folks now because they're not going to forget about Lake and Wiley. So he's worried about losing. I think he's going to lose. He's going to lose in his next term around, and I believe Ossoff is going to also lose because they barely won, and the people here have not forgotten about the $2,000 we were supposed to get. And I didn't vote for either one of them because I didn't think they were going to come through with that anyway. I didn't even vote for Biden that time either. So I'm just letting most of the politicians that contact me out. I mostly let them know I'm going to be voting Republican now. And it's mostly, it's for me a tactic to really get back at the Democrats. At least I know Trump more than likely would deport a lot of these illegals, which are hurting Black people, I think. So that's the reason that I'm going to vote for Trump in 2024.
And I know you got a little bit of a delay, but that's interesting. Lankin, and forgive me, I forget her last name, but the nursing student there in Georgia, that was her life was taken by a migrant. So he kind of misstepped on that one, huh? And that's kind of the language of the liberals, if you will, is to sympathize with the migrants. But yeah, not when it comes down to them harming a white girl. That's a different conversation right there. So most definitely. Brother Deacon.
Yeah, so they put that law in that bill. They stretched that bill through here in Georgia real quick after she got killed.
Yes, indeed.
So
Deacon, what's going on?
Yes.
Wait a minute. As you can see, I'm already here sweating. I can't really laugh like I want to, otherwise I will go into an extreme coughing fit. So what's on your mind?
The Deacon sermon tonight is Trump better win. Oh, yes. Trump better win. See, I get tired of, before we get into this sermon tonight, y'all, I want to give all the Black people with common damn sense, I want to give y'all a shout out because you don't get no credit in this world of stupid people. And now the Deacon want to just say something to you real quick, sister and my brothers. Y'all, ain't no way in hell I vote for the devil. I vote for Saddam Hussein before I ever go back in that voting booth and look at a Democrat, Joe Biden. Oh, man. Joe Biden got an Al Sharpton wig on his doggone head. Joe Biden ain't going to give us nothing. I am sick of the hood smelling like cucumbers, broccoli, and all kind of veggies and stuff that I have never smelled before, y'all. The hood smell like quiche. Ain't y'all tired of the gizzards and the egg salad tasting the same when you go to the get your high-ass gas? Everything is bad right now. Everything costs too much money. I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken. The deacon had to use a coupon and just give him a drumstick. I couldn't even order the full meal. I'm telling y'all, if any black person, and what's crazy about a lot of our people, they negotiating like they at the scrap table. Well, it's the lesser two evils. When Trump was in the White House, you had PPI loan money, even though you ain't own no business. When Trump was in the White House, your gas tank, it was under $2.50. When Trump was in the White House, he didn't have no agents getting all the protection, and your ass didn't get nothing. When Trump was in the White House, you was living and doing damn good. So now Joe Biden want to kill your babies with all these abortions. Oh, Joe, man, you got Kamala listening to Sexy Red, and they doing all kind of twerking and all kind of dancing, but she won't do it with her Indian people. You won't see her play no Sexy Red with the Asian she claimed. All she do is bring purple Kool-Aid, some Crystal IS hot sauce, and then listen to Sexy Red and Queen Latifah while we around here struggling and scratching to survive. We so poor right now, y'all. I see Negroes living out in the woods. You don't know if that's Jason Voorhees or Tyrone you grew up with. I'm tired of us playing this game. Ain't nobody I know, they better not vote for no damn Joe Biden. If you're voting Democrat, your tie's gonna get flat. Because I ain't playing no games, y'all. We need Trump back in there. We gotta have Trump, y'all. Boy, when Trump had us going good, all y'all saw was white boys holding up fire sticks, and that was the only thing he had. But boy, your ass ate good. You had an income tax check coming. Your ass had a good job. He killed some people over there across that water, but you still was doing good. But now you gotta worry about Garcia Hernandez and Maria. Joe Biden got everybody and they mama over here in America, and then you got that girl that can't even talk good at the press conference. Oh, she just say any damn thing with her lying ass. They asked her, they say, is America safe? She just said, well, I don't know what the president is trying. If you don't shut your ass up, woman, and get you a new job, why is the White House LGBT anyway? I'm sick of seeing everybody, Spider-Man with his breasts out. Why our children can't come to that? But what killed me is black people get real conservative with this wicked, weird stuff going on. How you ask a Christian, how you going to Bible study? Why you eating the Lord's Supper when you know that the Democrats are aborting your children? How you going to play with God and you going to the church when you got Shaquille O'Neal-sized men with dresses on, tennis skirts, and teabags in your damn church? You better stop playing with God and get your mind right. I'm sick of y'all going up to the abortion clinic, talking about you got the right. You don't even know your damn daddy, talking about molestation. Well, how is he touching on you and you never seen him in your damn life? Y'all need to get it together because you're two-faced. You playing hide and damn seek. It's time for us to get right and clean this neighborhood up. Trump locking your bastard son up if he out here shooting people, if he robbing. Boy, we need to clean up America. Look what these Negroes doing in the subway. They biting, they killing our beautiful black women. No, sister can't go buy a Twinkie or a donut stick at the damn stove because you got these Negroes hanging around killing, robbing, and filling on them. So, man, we need our Trump in there. And if you're playing with me by Trump, I swear to God, I'm going to hit you with a garbage truck. And I'm telling y'all, we finna get this thing right, y'all. And we got to get to it, y'all. Because, see, Negroes play these hide-and-seek ass games, and they want to negotiate like they doing good now. Man, you living in a milk crate. What the hell are you talking about? You don't know. You better know, god dang it. Trump showed you what he did. He did more for our black ass in 4 years than Obama ever done. Obama ain't do a damn thing. All he did was claim Trayvon. He told me that would have been his son. Man, you don't even have no dang son. Ain't you LGBT, Obama? Or is your wife named Michael? See, y'all, we got to get to these things and stop playing these games. Because, y'all, I'm telling you, we got to make sure anybody who around us got that Republican good energy, because I'm sick of this. It's time for a mass deportation. He need to sit all their ass back. I wouldn't care if they did have cute women. Some of them need to damn go. I'm sick of it. You can't buy no politician in Florida. Boy, the immigrants everywhere. They holding up the food stamp line. The traffic bad. They'll hit your ass and keep going. Everybody love illegals till they get hit by one. Yo, you gotta get in the car. I'm telling y'all. And I'm there. And so, my sister and my brother, it's time for us to clean this up. You can't buy no Chico sticks, no good energy drinks, nothing no more. Yes, sir, brother. And and I'm telling you, brother, it's time. See, so black folks, anybody, if you're feeling down and out, if you want to come to the altar and get your mind right, come right now. God, he got the door opening for you. I know some of you depressed. You don't want to make your mama ashamed, but look at your pro-Democrat voting ass. You can't even spell Bible study. You need to go on and come to Jesus right now. Come and get your mind right. Come to the Republican side where you can get to know your daddy. Your daddy ain't got to be Queen Latifah and MC Light. All this weird Duke freaky deaky stuff that the Democrats done put on you. Our children confused. They confused. They young buck G unit confused. You don't know what's a man and a girl now in this freaky deaky ass world. You ain't got to get a COVID shot. Some of you people get COVID shots and your ass swell up like you done got a BBL. Look what the Democrats have done to us. Come right now. Come right now. We're going to pat you on your back. We're going to help you get registered so you can meet your family and feel good about your vote. If you want to come right now, come. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, I feel it in my spirit. I feel it right now, brother. Oh, it's somebody that's a Democrat. They living in their car. Oh, the car smell like peanuts and goddamn athlete's feet. But boy, they want to come right now. I know you're tired. Oh, I know right now. I know you smell like onion powder. But if you come right now, don't worry about what your friends think. Come right now. Come and get your mind right. Yes, y'all. You can get new teeth in your mouth. Oh, you ain't got to get your backside blown out. Oh, some of you men right now, you golly, I feel it in my spirit, brother. I know it. Oh, I feel it. Right now, you using your Amscot money to buy all these women up on Facebook. But boy, if you vote Republican, you can get you a good wife. So come on right now. Come to Jesus Trump right now. Oh, yeah. Yes. And brother, that's all the deacon and sister and brother. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all share the video. And you stupid Negroes, I will cuss you out on another YouTube channel because I'm tired of y'all bringing that negative ass Democrat energy. You know you living bad. You know you ain't living check to check. Some of you done robbed Amscot so much, y'all older people, but you're trying to avoid them. You got the baby name on your Metro phone, and you sitting here talking about you don't know what the hell to vote for. Man, y'all better stop playing. The migrants got food stamps. They got the cable. They even get free Wi-Fi. They got Tyson Chicken letting them bring their children there. They got a damn daycare. And your black ass ain't got nothing but a BBL, a COVID shot, and a wig on your head. What the hell wrong with the community? But if you want to get it right, come right now. Oh, yes. The doors to the church open. Come get common sense. Come meet a good, clean person. See, the Democrats funky. They don't take good baths. But come to Jesus. Your credit score get big. You better come. Come. Oh, yes. Yes. And sister, that's all the deacon wanted to say. Yes, sir. And God bless y'all. And come right now, y'all. Come on now. Don't be ashamed.
I feel like we need to pass the plate.
Yes. Y'all make sure y'all hit that. Send the sister some money to y'all. Share the damn video. Let your grandma hear it. I know she still vote Democrat, but Martin Luther King was a Republican. Let her come on right now. She can come right now. If some of y'all go to church, the church at the trap house, how you gonna sell dope and shop at the same church your ass got baptized at? What is going on in our hood today, y'all? Y'all wait on Win Dixon to let out to talk about going to Bible study. Boy, we living, man. Oh, yeah. But come right now. The time is now to get your mind right. Come on. Yes, sir. And sister, that's all the deacons that wanted to say. Oh, glory. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, God. Yes. Woo! Yes,
Deacon,
God.
I am busting a sweat My afro is gonna be that long by the time we get out of here.
Yes, come on, yes. And the deacon, I'm gonna go on and get out of here, sister, and let y'all watch it. And let that retarded Negro that got out of prison, that drove the bus or the church, he drive the school bus and say he got health insurance. Come right now, brother. God is waiting on you. He was told, I know you sat on your ass all day on that stink bus, but come on, get your mind right. I know you got Barack Obama insurance. You got a BBL. You went to prison. Your mentor. Oh, well, we don't even want to go into that. But yeah, come right now. Come. No, yes, God. Yes. And amen. Hallelujah. And sister and brother, y'all keep doing what you're doing. And the deacon out of here. And I love y'all. Hallelujah. Hassalama booba baba.
Now, where was the lie? And everything he said, where was the lie? It was just fact after fact after fact. The
part that I could not recover from, and hello to everybody that came on here. Woo, the part that I could not recover from is when he said black people so poor they living in the woods.
Oh my goodness gracious. Got our women out here and doing sex work now. All got OnlyFans and everything. They used to have businesses. Now they got OnlyFans. Sad.
All right. Something like that, Brother Don. Something like it just feels so wrong. It just does. It feels so wrong. I don't even know where to go from there. Feet Funkerson, how you doing? Oh my God. Donovan, I don't even know what to say. I'm completely undone.
I mean, again, there are some people that get it. You got to reach the people in different mediums. Some people are politically savvy. Some people are in the religious aspect. You could reach them, so we got to hit them in all different areas, But the one thing I do get out of this when I talk to a lot of people, even though some of those people that are hardcore Democrats in the chat, because remember, you guys, I'm a recovering Democrat. So what am I telling you guys? I have this urge for the Democratic Party, but it's not good for me. So I get it. But the thing is, people are getting it. People are actually seeing what is going on, and they're kind of like, you know what? I got to try something different, because it's about survival at this point. Just like he said, you got us living in the woods. You can't make our rent. We can't do this. We can't do that. I mean, we love to tell ourselves how great we're doing and all this other stuff and be in delusion. But the fact of the matter, the facts are the facts. No matter how you spin it, the facts are the facts. The numbers are out there. Homeless people. I mean, I'm in California. I don't even see black people anymore. And the black people I did used to see, I see them moving out. I don't see them moving in. They're moving out. So we have to be real with ourselves. And again, for me to be a recovering Democrat, I have to first admit I got a problem. And that's what we got to do as a people. We have a problem with the Democratic Party, because right now, how long ago did we say this, Demetra? We are in an abusive relationship with the Democratic Party. Look at the movie What's Love Got to Do with It, and look at how the Democratic Party treats black people, and tell me the difference. We're in an abusive relationship, and until we can get in the limo and beat the crap out of them and then run across the street for help to go stand on our own 2 feet, will we only be better. That is the only time we're going to do it. But people that are hardcore Democrats, I know you guys, you don't know why you're doing this, but the tide is turning. Even you can't deny what is going on. I mean, people are losing their talking points. Well, what about Trump? What about this? All that stuff's not working anymore. It's just not working. It's just not working. So even Democrats have to admit we are in a bad situation.
Absolutely. So yeah, something has got to give. And somebody mentioned Glorilla was hanging out with Joe Biden. She was. I saw the video of it. So it's like, I don't know. What are we doing here? I guess Glorilla is supposed to get out there and get people to vote for the Democrats or whatever. I don't know. But it all remains to be seen, really, in November. How are we going to vote? You know what I mean? Will the Democrats get back in? I don't know. It remains to be seen. I guess they're trying everything they can to really put Trump in jail. Even though he has all his cases and stuff, they still got to see the jury that is going to find him guilty. You know, you think about a place like Georgia. Are they going to be able to find a jury big enough, or a jury with enough people? Because I think that'll be the hardest part of the trial, honestly, is jury selection. Because both sides are going to fight like hell to get the type of juror that they want on there. Of course, the prosecution is going to be looking for people who may like Trump. Of course, the defense is going to be looking for Trump supporters. Georgia is what they call a red state, right? So anything can happen. So he still has to be found guilty. So it's just a lot going on. Thank you. I've heard a lot of people say that neither Biden nor Trump obviously is their choice, you know, but I've also seen a lot of people on the left say, well, you know, we got to get Biden in one more time this time because we just cannot have Trump in office because he says he wants to be a dictator. And then he said something about a bloodbath, which was taken out of context. Sounds like a lot of people was running around saying that if he's not elected, there'll be a bloodbath. But he was talking about the auto industry in regards to China. But so he wasn't talking about, you know, if I'm not elected, then people are going to take to the streets, which he kind of did January 6th. I digress. But so people are saying you got to vote Biden in just this one time. Let's just do it just this one time. And then the next time, you know, we'll have some better choices.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I mean, for us, it's almost like this. You're on death row, right? For those that have been in jail or whatever, you're on death row. You're waiting for the governor to call. Okay. If I don't get that call, it's a wrap for me. So why would I want to put this man in one more time where he doesn't, well, either of them aren't facing re-election after this. You can only serve 2 terms. They don't have to give us anything. Once they get in, that's it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So I would rather just sit on the couch. I would just rather just, you know, let him be disgraced, because think about it politically. That says a lot to you politically as a candidate. You beat a man and then the man comes back and beats you again, which goes to show, was Trump's presidency that bad or was Biden's presidency that bad? Where people changed their mind and brought the guy back in that they voted out. That says a lot.
Yeah, Studio, I did hear about a fund that they were going to use for influencers to get out there and try to sway the vote to Democrats, you know, scare the crap. And we're already starting to see it. So you might be following your favorite celebrity, and now you're seeing them, you know, talking bad about Trump and, you know, how he can't get into office. It's probably because they got slid their little white envelope and said, hey, you got a large platform. Why don't you go out there and talk about how bad Trump is to your people? Unfortunately, it's starting to backfire because a lot of the people's fan base is like, wait a minute now. How much did you get? How much are they paying you to say this? Because you wasn't talking like that before. Now all of a sudden you out here, you know, with your talking points and you going hard in the paint. So exactly how much money did you get? So, all right. So let me see here. Godspeed. How you doing? Long time no see. You says it's over now. Black people are waking up and seeing they can cut checks for everyone but Black community. Yeah, we need more of us to wake up though, right? And Easy says again, to see him tumble down Air Force One stairs face first. Now, I would even say, as much as I dislike Biden, I guess I really dislike his policies because I don't really know him at all as a person. I still wouldn't want to see anybody, you know, trip and fall, especially an older guy, because he, you know, for whatever reason, got a lot of things going on. So yeah, it's actually really kind of sad to see that he's not, for whatever reason, able to just go sit down and live out the rest of his life, you know, kind of hanging out. At 80 something years old, he wants to be the leader of the free world, so-called making all these decisions, right? I wouldn't want that job at that age.
But look at that. They all do it though. That's the problem. They're all doing it. They're all doing. The average age in Congress is 63 years old. 63. What happened to the term limits? What happened to the, you know, It's ridiculous. You look at other countries, look at their leaders, and then you look at our leader. Our leader looks like a grandfather. And then you got these young 30-year-old, the guy in Canada, he's like 30-something years old. Trudeau, he's 30 years old. Look, I mean, just way younger. Our generation won't even get any leadership at this point. It's going to be skipped over completely. And then I want you guys, here's a question for you guys. If we had to do a switch up right now in the Democratic Party, who? Kamala is more unpopular than Joe Biden, so she can't do it. Who would be the next person that we can trust that you guys would vote for in the Democratic Party? We don't. The baby boomer generation, and I'm not trying to dog them out, but the facts are the facts. They do not groom in our community. They do not groom their replacement. You literally are going to have to take these people out of their jobs in a casket. That's literally what's happening. They do not groom their replacements.
Right. At all. Common Man says, do not sit on the couch, even if you're a Democrat. Says, vote Republican, give a clear sign to the Democratic Party. That would wake them up big time. I think that and registering to vote for sure. And maybe if you sit on the couch because they'll know who's registered or how many people actually didn't show up. That might have been a Democrat the last time and decided, yeah, I'm gonna, sit on this couch election night.
Yeah, very important to register. You might not want to vote if you're going to sit on the couch. That's great, but very important to register. And then again, only during the national election are people paying attention. You've got to do this at your local elections also. You've got to send a message to the Democratic Party at every level. You just can't say, okay, I cut the head off, everything else is going to be great. No, if they're still in power at the local levels, which affects you directly, you're still in a trick bag because the federal government isn't the one raising rates here in rents in California. That's the local governments that are doing that.
Absolutely. May Nay, how you doing? Says, as a people, we need to agree on one name we should put on the ballot. Yeah, unfortunately, think that we are light years away from doing that, because there's still a lot of Black people who are in love with the Democrats and they gonna vote blue no matter who. They ain't gonna ask no questions. They're gonna vote all down ballot. Anybody who has a D by their name, and that's unfortunate truth. Tracy says, what is the Republican Party policy? And I'm independent, so the couch is my friend. And you know what? And that is your right to do that, right? And Johnny Blaze says the toilet bowl is the only thing associated to the Democrats that you can trust. You crazy. Dwayne, he says the Democrat Party is clearly anti-American citizen, especially as Blacks, so boycott the entire Democrat Party. A lot of people are saying that. Realm in the Bush, you say, Phil already told us that they are offering some Black folks with a large base money to support mess. Yep. And as a proven fact that they have that in the budget so they could pay influencers. Kamala, when she visited California and a couple other states, she's asking the governors, who are your some of your influencers with a large base? Because she says that when she's out there campaigning, she'd like to shoot a little cute commercial, little PSA campaign announcement with those influencers. She can come shoot one with me. Then we can together, we can say, Kamala, let's do your famous line. You ready? Do it all together. I'm not gonna just do anything for Black people. No, we can do it together.
And what kills me about these politicians, especially people like Kamala, that are these otherworlder type people. She's an Indian woman. She identifies as Indian. She doesn't identify as a Black woman whatsoever. What kills me about her is the fact that wasn't this the same woman that sat on the debate stage running for presidency, calling Joe Biden to his face, a racist to his face, everything but a son of God, and then she goes and joins the ticket.
We did it, Joe. We did it.
With the t-shirts, I'm that girl, and all this other stuff. I mean, she takes all of the Black suffering and our story, then goes and joins a racist man's ticket. What does that say about her? What does that say? Notice I'm not bringing in her husband because I believe you can marry who you want to marry. The point is, her ethics. It's just it's mind-boggling. And then all the Black women that support this woman when this woman could care less about Black women.
Oh yeah, and Rosalind, she most definitely is fake. She thinks people forget, people don't remember the stuff that she did when she was in California. She didn't like Black people very much. Now all of a sudden she got them all up at her house, hip hopping away,
Twerking away. But let's call it for what it is. She's a ran through. I know you got, ladies, I know, some people think that's very disrespectful, but the point is this is a public servant. So I'm going to call it the way I see it. She is a ran through. She overstepped a bunch of qualified women that have been in government for 15, 20, some of them 30 years. She overstepped them by, being with the right person. And I'm not mad at her for doing it, but you got to call it for what it is. You're a ran through. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I guess. I guess. Y'all know my policy on that. At least she got to the second highest place in the land.
Absolutely. No, I'm not hating on her, but I'm just saying let's give her the proper title. We always try to sugarcoat. Oh, she didn't like she didn't do anything. What about the qualified women that tried to do it the right way? It means nothing. That's what I'm saying. To me, it just waters down. Okay, I'm an alpha male. This gives me as an alpha male more fodder to be against the feminist movement and women, because now, she's not qualified. She slept her way to the top. That just gives me more ammunition to prove my point.
Did she date John Singleton too? I know it was Montel Williams.
Yeah, Montel Williams, Slick Willie Brown. I'm not sure if they dated like in a relationship, but I'm sure they went out a few times.
Who?
Kamala and what's her name? And John Singleton.
That's news to me.
Yeah. I don't think they dated. I think they just went out a few times. You know how it is. Hey, brother, this is some good stuff, man. You need to try it. Here you go.
She liked the brothers though, didn't she? And then they got her.
When you want to win, you get the white guy.
I didn't say that. I didn't. Not Rosalind talking about heels up, Kamala. Y'all wilding.
Heels up, hands down.
Y'all wilding. I'm just looking at the comments. Kelly, how you doing? Said that down. That's a lot of men's. Is you crazy? Is it really though? That's
wait. But then let's look at Howard University. I think it's not the students, it's the university. What are they teaching at these HBCUs? Because Fani Willis, she's buying. I saw it on the YouTube channel. What did the lady say? It was at a city council meeting. They were talking in Fulton, and she was saying Fani's buying balls to the wall, something like that. So Fani's, busting it open. The one lady that's on the supervisor of Fulton County that cost the people $1 million, she's buying D. What are these HBCUs teaching these sororities? What's going on here? Sleep your way to the top. Don't worry about it. Yeah, all this education, but don't worry about it. Just sleep there. It'll get you there. Forget the education. We'll just get you there. Just spread your legs. It's crazy. It's crazy. What else could it be? They didn't get there by using their education.
I don't know nothing about that. I didn't go to no HBCU. Okay.
And most Black people don't go to HBCU, but yet we give them millions of dollars. And what do we have to show for it?
I ain't go to one of those. So I don't know nothing about that.
But your sister did.
She did. Doing well in life, ain't she?
No, she ain't doing well in life because I'm not in her life.
I'm about to call her. Have a conversation with her. Just kidding. Y'all crazy how to be a side chick 109. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. You talk about Deacon, talk about y'all know that she can't have kids. Maybe she didn't want no kids. Maybe she was like, shoot, I'm out here locking people up. I ain't got time to be having no children. And then I know her husband got 2 kids, so.
Or maybe because she's out there living that life, shit happens.
What life?
What you mean? Pound Town life. She's out there having a good old time in her younger years. How could you, as a grown woman, you're not a teenager, you're a grown woman. This man is a married man, and you are going to show up in public with a known married man in front of his wife. There's a picture of Kamala Harris at an event with Willie Brown, and he was still a married man.
Maybe Mrs. Brown knew what it was. She was like, I got the checkbook. Kamala get the smell Bengay and balls.
Well,
I don't have to do that.
Willie Brown gave her a Mercedes. That's pretty much what and a position. He appointed her to a position in California and gave her a Mercedes. That was the extent of her services.
And that's what he said. If it wasn't for me, she wouldn't be the vice president. She got me to thank for that. He said that. It's like, Kamala, you better give Willie his props. Better give his props. He helped you get to where you are.
Hands on your knees. Hands on whatever it is.
Child. Ooh. Kamala for the shit. Ooh, y'all doing the vice president bad. Y'all doing her bad.
I mean, Fani Willis, the super mayor, the mayor up in Michigan, the mayor in New Orleans, the mayor. I mean, what's going on with these sisters out here?
It's the backbone. Watch your mouth. That's the backbone. They could do what they want to do. Who gonna check them, boo?
We're gonna check them, boo. Did you guys hear about the mayor of New Orleans? They have evicted her. They asked her for the keys to the city apartment, and she refuses to leave. Y'all are just homeless. Y'all are fooling yourself. Even the mayor is getting evicted. Y'all need a man. That's what y'all need.
That because Donovan, he got it queued up in both of his cars. Hands on your knees. It's called Rich Baby Daddy. That's a song right there. You know what? Honestly, I have a confession. I don't hate the song. I don't hate it. Now, is there a couple of words she could have took off?
I don't like the fact that the little kids were singing it. That's what I didn't like. But
I mean, when your mama was listening to Millie Jackson, was you singing it?
I didn't know who Millie Jackson was.
What you said? F-U.
No, I never heard it.
F-U.
I used to like that song, Hot, Wild, Unrestricted Love. Had a good bass tone to it.
Was you listening to it in 1975?
Nah. Catholic.
Right. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Parents had some sense back then. They had the little album in a paper bag. You thought it was some groceries or something. You didn't know what it was, right? And then when you went to bed at night, they queued up the what is it, old Daytona, whatever you call it.
Got the little stylus.
Yeah, drop the needle on the record. And they was talking about, I've been stroking. That's what I've been doing. I'm about to get silly now. Brother Sammy says, are y'all saying this is Tyler Perry's The Oval? I've never watched the show. I've heard about it, but I guess maybe Tyler Perry ripped them off. Maybe Kamala needs to sue him for plagiarism. I don't know. But yeah, listen, there's, as I always say, there's a lot of women out there that's putting their hands on the knees, bending over, letting it breathe for 2 pieces and a biscuit. Okay? At least Kamala did it. Then she moved on up the ladder. I'm not saying a woman should do it, but damn it, if you're going to do it, say that's right. You see this scar right here on this knee? That was when I wanted to be the DA of San Francisco. You see this one right here? Vice President, baby.
And that's what we should be. I agree with you right with that, because I'm so tired of y'all keeping falling for Tyrone and Nook and everybody, and you're just in the gutter. It's like, come on, y'all. If you're gonna be out there like that and be a city girl, upgrade. I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. I'm not.
Back in the day, a kept woman was just that. She was kept in the house. She was kept in a car. She had food kept in her refrigerator. She kept his credit card. He kept money in her bank account. That was a kept woman, right? And she had incentive to what? Keep her mouth shut. Because if she kept talking about, I'm running around with such and such husband. Oh, Buster. Yeah, I know he married to her, but he be over my house every Tuesday night. She knew she was going to lose all of that, so she had an incentive to be quiet. Nowadays, the side pieces, y'all know what the side pieces get. They get to change the sheets when he go home to his wife. Yeah. I'm just saying. I don't know nothing about being no side piece, okay? I know people who are and were side pieces. I don't have any personal knowledge of that at all. But I'm going to just say this. I never, ever, 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 ever would be a side piece. But if I was, it's going to be worth my while, okay? It's going to be like the side piece of Jeff Bezos or somebody.
And did you hear Jeff Bezos gave another $100 million to Eva Longoria and that other dude? I'm just like,
160 million.
Why isn't he?
Oh, he gives money to Black people and his ex-wife too. Yeah. She actually, Mackenzie, she actually gives a lot of money to HBCUs because she's like the wealthiest woman in the world. Even
after all this money to HBCUs, but most Black people don't go to HBCUs. They can set up scholarships so they can go to state schools.
Black folks don't know what to do with that money. So they the guilt, right? They're like, well, let's give it to a Negress college. Let's go help them. Instead of they could give it to us, we'll do good with the money. We would. Donovan, I can see you now. Jeff Bezos gave us some money. You have a good unit on. Little toupee. It'd be right. It'd be a nice little toupee.
What you mean? I got a good unit here. Look, next show, I'm gonna wear my newscaster piece.
Yeah, you got a few good units. I ain't talking about the units you got that look like you got it from under the bed with the dust bunnies and cuckle bugs on.
Yeah, my cats have been kicking it around.
We ain't talking about that one. I'm talking about a nice human, hair with the little height. No, do you want the fade or do you want the one with the juices and berries in it? Like you're ready for the world, Jerry curl. Like
no, back in the 90s, I was in my prime at the base, going to the NCO club.
You had the Jerry curl juice on your NCO uniform, and you got in trouble because the sergeant was like, "What's that? Juices and berries." When you was doing a tour of duty, they knew you was coming because they saw the drops. The enemy knew you was coming.
Look, I'll tell you what. If they gave me $3 million, my passport is already checked. I'm headed to the Philippines. I am out of here.
We acting stupid now. Mr. Roberts, how you doing? I hope you are doing well. He says there are Black KKK Republicans in this discussion. Anyone who dulls credence to parthenogenic birth is adult. Virgins cannot have children by definition. Grandpa Ali. Welcome to the chat. Mr. Ali is actually one of my mom's dearest friends. My mom is gone on, but it's one of my mom's dearest friends, and I hope you are doing well this fine evening. Let's see here. The studio said Bezos made all his money in China. Yeah, but is he now the richest man in the world? I know him and Elon was going back and forth last week as, Elon was richer, then Bezos was richer. So ain't no
Well, Elon's about to lose it all because you guys know the Tesla experiment is failing. The dealerships can't sell them. In the wintertime, you guys know batteries are affected by the cold and stuff, all kinds of stuff. People are like, a Tesla is a commuter car. It is not a car you just go and roll and you do your thing. I mean, think about it. You got to get somewhere. You got to sit there for 45 minutes just to charge your car when you can fill up your gas tank in 8 minutes, 10 minutes and go. So yeah, Elon's about it. But here's the thing about Elon Musk though. How many of you guys know this? He didn't use his own money to manufacture those cars. That was United States tax dollars. He was incentivized by United States tax dollars. He did not use much of his money to do any of that.
Right. And Tracy, you say Elon is only rich because of his family was a part of apartheid. Yes, South African is what Elon is. So we're about to get out of here. Ronnie says if the battery is no good, you have to buy a new car. Oh no, that would suck. I
Yeah.
do like those trucks that they have, though, the new whatever they're called. Those are pretty cool. The functionality of them.
You see, but here's the trick bait. Now remember, guys, I used to be a mechanic, aircraft mechanic, but same principles. Let's say you get in a minor accident. That could be $40,000 worth of damage because they got to take that whole bumper part off because everything's electronic in the car. So you got to have a specialized technician, which costs money, a specialized place to get it fixed. It is very hard to get insurance on a Tesla for them to underwrite a Tesla, especially if it's a truck or an SUV type. One component messes up, it could be thousands of dollars. And this is the trick bag. They get the average person to get this car, and then you get an accident, which does happen. You're running around in an electric hoopty because you can't get it fixed.
I talk about Elon as a 304 too. He got a bunch of children, bunch of baby mamas, but guess what? He got a bunch of money too. He can pay for them, you know. That's when you have a bunch of kids. You're like, I got 25 kids. What's the 26 gonna matter?
Yeah, what's his name? Nick Cannon. He can afford it. Yeah, shit.
Right. For now, you know. Metamorphosis, she says, reasons why I like old school cars, easy to fix. You know what I want? I want me an old VW. That's what I want. Drive all the way to California.
Yeah, that's a 2-cylinder car, a Hitler car. It's very simple. The engines are very simple on those things.
And they're easy to fix too.
Yeah, very simple.
That's what I want. You're right. A rich baby daddy, hands on your knees. That's what Elon is. Yes. So anyway, we're going to get out of here. Y'all love and appreciate every last one of y'all for being here. It has been a pleasure. I am getting better. I think I'll be back here tomorrow, God willing. This thing kind of comes and goes. Tonight, I'm going to be up coughing my head off, unfortunately. But I got a little something in my cup. It's a hot toddy, actually. So I'm going to be resting.
Oh, she's going to be spinning the records tonight, y'all. Ooh, I shot the sheriff. She's gonna be lit tonight, fellas.
Right. Woman to woman. Easy says, D, you got that Beetle look. The Beetle, I want a Beetle, right? Do I like a Beetle?
Hey, and you guys, don't forget, please like, share, and subscribe to this program. Share it with your friends and stuff. Get the message out there, even if you don't like it, because like I said, with you guys, I look forward to Tuesdays to have, this great conversation because you guys have been cracking me up. The Deacon, again, thank you, Deacon, for coming on the show and giving us your sermon for the day. We really appreciate that. But this is what it's supposed to be about. We're supposed to have different opinions and everybody's ideas coming on and stuff like this. This is how we're going to build the Black nation back together and become a community again. Men and women together. We're going to do it together.
Yes, indeed. So if I feel better, I think I will come back tomorrow, Donovan. If he's not doing anything, please come back. I don't know what we'll talk about. We'll probably continue talking about politics. I tried the whole little relationship show. Y'all was faking the funk. Y'all kept saying, oh, let's do a relationship show. Do what's behind the booty. And so...
Because you didn't do the show right. You got to make them stand up, show their stuff. What are they looking for? I'm not going to say, I have this, this ain't Dear Abby damn, that's showing my age. But,
And you know what? I just saw an article from Dear Abby the other day. I said, damn, she's still alive.
Well, no, wait. Abby died a long time ago.
I think Anne.
Yeah, Anne, yeah. Dear Abby died in the 80s and stuff like that. But, yeah, you got to do the show right, Demetra. These women are going to come up here crying. They need a man. We got to see what they're going to do. A matter of fact, before we came on the show, I was looking at Kendra G. For some reason, came on my feed, and there was an old 304 on there. She was talking that hustler pimp stuff. Kendra G was totally lost. How many of you guys saw that? If you haven't seen it yet,
okay. Now, what happened? What happened?
This old 304 came on the show, talk about she wants a multi-millionaire and all. I mean, just unrealistic. But she was an old hoe. She used to be an old hoe, and Kendra was talking that gangster, speak, that pimp talk. It was going completely over Kendra G's head. She didn't know what a 304 was. Kendra was like, "What's that? What are you talking about?" Blah blah. And I mean, it was just embarrassing. The woman was 58 years old. Okay, yes, she had a nice body, Huh? Yeah, I'll send it to you. But you know, she looked old to me for 58, but 58, she had a decent thing. But the point was, you're an old hoe and you expect a multi-million-dollar millionaire man to scoop you up and go live it. It was just so unrealistic. So you got to do the show, ladies. I might do a show, but you got to come on my show with your thongs on and stuff like that. So that's how I'm running my show. Simple as that.
You gonna mess around, have some men come up there with a thong on you. You ain't gonna know.
Zero. None. No.
They gonna stand up from the back.
Yeah.
You gonna think it's a woman. Saucy Santana or somebody gonna be. We turn around.
That's not my show. But no, I'm sorry. But see, that's how you're supposed to do the show, because you got these. I mean, come on, you got Big Shirley thinking she's a 10. We got to stop this madness. And we got dudes out here, Rufus, missing with his teeth, thinking he's a catch. Come on.
Who don't want to show women in a bad light?
You don't want to show women in bad light.
Why would I want to show anybody in a bad light? That oh no, that ain't. I don't like doing that. I don't like that whole gotcha stuff. Like,
the thing is, no, it isn't a gotcha, because Kendra G, basically, she's doing Kevin Samuels in reverse.
She stole Kevin Samuels.
Yeah. She's basically doing it, and it doesn't realize she's doing it, because it ain't you showing them the bad light. Like I said, this 1, 3, or 4 lady. How delusional can you be? You're 58 years old. You prioritize being a hoe, and now you want a good man. It's like, come on now. Come on.
I'm really just so tired of it all, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's still in style. Is that what we're doing still? That's still in fashion.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a woman that turned down a hard-working man in South Africa named Sweet Potato that was all on top of her.
He didn't sweep it. Listen, y'all know I'm ready to get out of here. I'm about to twist my hair up and stuff. I forgot I was still listen, Sweet Potato was really nice, but that's long distance, okay? That's long distance. A Sweet Potato was probably trying to get a sweet visa.
Yes, exactly.
Can I go back with you?
Yes.
And then he get over here, I wouldn't be able to find the sucker. He out there on Bissonnette Street, spending my hard-earned money.
Hey, it can't be as bad as being married to a trucker.
You're giving me flashbacks. You're giving me flashbacks, okay? Anyway, his name was Sweet Potato. He was so nice, so lovely. I wish he could have come back with me, but you know how that is. So anyway, we're gonna be back tomorrow. I hope. In the meantime, you guys have a great evening. Peace.